Okay, guys, welcome to your reading workshop this week, or today, I guess, because we're going to do multiple this week. I'm super excited this week because we're going to be working on the skill of persuasive text, and I'm going to tell you why I'm excited about it. Because raise your hand at home if you like to argue with people. Do any of you love to argue with people? I do. Okay, so this is why I'm so excited to just jump right into persuasive text, because persuasive text is a text that we read or a book that we read that is about something. It's about the author's opinion. So remember, an opinion is not a fact, it's just how we feel about a certain situation, okay? So the author writes about their opinion about something and gives all of these reasons of why they think that way. And then it kind of offers us the chance to either really listen to their reasons and agree with them, or maybe come up with our own reasons where we don't agree with the author. So persuasive text makes it okay to agree with the author, but it also makes it okay to not agree with the author. So I have this anchor chart. It says persuasive text. The author tries to convince someone to do something, make someone believe in something, and change someone's mind. So this week we're really going to see with our text selection that we're reading this week if our mind can be changed and we can be convinced of something by the author. So today we're going to start with just a small passage. And today's text is why kids need chores. Now, I don't know about you, but right away my thinking voice is saying, I hate doing chores. If I'm a kid, I'm thinking, I'm not doing chores? No way. Kids do not need chores. But I'm going to go ahead and read, and I'm going to listen to the author's reasons to see if the author can change my mind that kids need chores. So before I start, though, I'm going to put up here, so I have kind of like I'm going to think of it as like a donut. So in the middle is what the author believes. This is the author's opinion. All kids should have chores. That's what our author thinks, okay? As we go through the text, around the donut is going to be like our little sprinkles of reasons, our reasoning sprinkles. We're going to have a sprinkled donut, okay? Okay, so right now, all we're listening for, though, all we need to have up here is that all kids should have chores. All kids should have chores at home. Doing chores helps teach new skills and gives kids a chance to help their moms and dads. Chores are not a punishment for kids. They're a way to teach them skills, like cooking and cleaning. Children need to know these important skills as they grow up. One day, they will need to take care of their own homes. Many parents have jobs away from home, where they work to pay for the things the family needs. By pitching in and doing chores around the house, kids can show their parents that they appreciate them and care about them. Chores are a big part of growing up for most kids. All kids should have chores so they can learn important skills and give their parents a little break too. Okay, so I want you to think about this text and think about if you agree with some of the reasons that the author was stating of why she thinks that all kids should have chores at home. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to use my reading voice first. So I'm going to put this up here, reading voice, because I'm going to put up the reasons the author listed around my donut, okay? So one of the reasons that the author listed about chores and why she thinks all kids need chores is that doing chores can help teach new skills, okay? That was one of her reasons. There's one sprinkle reason. She also said, and she also thinks that chores are not a punishment. They're a way to teach new skills. Okay, so my thinking voice is already thinking about that reason that she stated, because I'm thinking that the author doesn't think that they're a punishment, but I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I did have to do chores as a punishment, so that's maybe where the author and we have kind of different thoughts about chores, right? Okay. Here's another reason that the author stated. Kids have a chance to help their mom and dads. So by doing chores, she says, you can have a chance to help out your moms and dads. She also says that it teaches important skills like cooking and cleaning. Okay, so she thinks that by doing chores, you're going to learn how to cook and you're going to learn how to clean. She thinks that doing chores is a way for kids to show their parents that they appreciate them for all of the hard work that the parents do. Okay. And then another reason she gave was that kids can give their parents a break. So by kids helping to do chores, they're able to give their parents a break after working so long and hard every week. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about some of her reasons here, and I want you to be thinking if you agree or disagree, with the author's reasons on why kids should have chores. My thinking voice was turning during this short passage. So I had a lot of thoughts, okay? And I, at first, remember when I saw all kids should have chores, at first I was thinking, no way, because how dare this author tell me as a kid what I should and should not be doing, right? I don't like to do chores. Why would I do chores? So right away, I was already thinking, like, I do not agree with this author. But then, as she went through her reasons, my thinking voice was kind of turning and kind of thinking, oh, she might have a good point. So one of the things, I'm going to save these ones for later because I'll try. Oh, geez, Louise. These are not in order. Okay, so one of the things my thinking voice was thinking was that chores will probably help me know how to be more responsible with my things. Okay, so my thinking voice was thinking, well, you know what? I do tend to lose a lot of things at home because my room is really messy. But if one of my chores was to clean up my room, maybe that would help me be more responsible for my things and I wouldn't lose them as much. I was also thinking that, you know what, I should maybe do some chores to show my mom and dad that I appreciate them, but also maybe it will help me spend some more time with them. Okay? How many of you guys come home from school or your parents come home from work and they're just like, okay, I can't play or help you with any of homework because I have to do the dishes or I have to do laundry. I do that with my girls, I know. So then my thinking voice was saying, well, if I tell my parents, hey, let me help you do the dishes. Let me do the dishes with you. I'll help you. You clean them, I'll put them away. That will give me a chance to spend more time with them, right? I did have some questions for this author, like how can I make my chores more fun, right? If there was something I could do, like do my chores to music or turn them into a game, maybe I would be more willing to do my chores, okay? Another concern I had about chores was, when do I find the time? I'm a busy student, right? I have to do schoolwork, I have homework. When in the world am I going to have time to do chores? So in my mind, my thinking voice was saying, that might be something that you need to work out with your parents, okay? Or think about how to create a schedule. And then my last thought that I had was, I wonder if my parents would be okay with making homework one of my chores. Because if I am so busy when I come home from school cleaning my room, doing the dishes, making dinner, I'm not going to have enough energy to do my homework. So maybe I was thinking I could ask my parents that my first chore when I come home from school, maybe it can be my homework, right? So at the end of the story, at the beginning of the story, my thinking voice was saying, I do not agree with this author. No way, I do not think kids should have chores. But after listening to her reasons and then creating some thoughts of my own about this topic, my viewpoint kind of changed, because I do now, after reading the passage, think that kids should have to have chores at home, especially since they don't have to be used as a punishment. They can be used more of a teaching moment. So before I thought, nope, I don't agree, but now I do. So it is important to make sure that we are using our reading and thinking voices as we read persuasive text so that we can decide by the end of the text, do we agree with this author or do we not agree with this author? So you are going to listen to this story again in Seesaw, and then I want to know what you think, if you agree with the author or if you don't agree with the author.